What up guys, SuperMetal983 here bringing us another updates and purchases, and this is number 38, and I know it's been quite a few months since we last one, so a lot of purchases have been acquired and stuff, but also my videos haven't been all that regular lately, and there's a few reasons behind that, and we're going to get into that. But first off, I'd just like to quickly point out, there's not going to be any shout outs in this videos. I've not really been discovering many YouTube videos, just been enjoying like the video channels that I've already been mentioned, so I'm just going to put a little bit of a pause on that for this one, and maybe the next one will come about some more that I can talk to you about. But I mainly just want to talk to you about like why there's been a bit of a delay in the videos as of lately, and that for that update portion of this video is just basically I've not really had a lot of motivation and drive to do videos lately. I mean, the past few months or so, it's really been feeling like I have to do videos rather than I want to do videos kind of ordeal. I mean, I would like to say that that I enjoy doing my videos, but the vibes I was getting was just not really healthy for us. It was getting us pretty down that I wasn't getting into the videos, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to take a well-earned break from videos. But then when I was ready to come back, just before after I'd done that Immortal video, I got sick for quite a while, so I just decided to just leave it for then and just get myself sorted, you know, get myself recuperated and do a video. And I felt like rather than come back and pressurize myself into an album review, why don't I just do an updates and purchase for you, because there's quite a bit to showcase, quite a few CDs and what have you, and a bunch of other bits and bobs. So with that being said, here we go. But I will say this for sure, that I don't know when videos are going to be coming in the upcoming future. I'm going to try and step away from saying that too much, because I feel like I'm putting too much pressure on myself. So yeah, videos will come when they come. I have got plans for videos. I'm just going to do them when I feel it, you know. So, you know, better than pressurising myself and getting myself all stressed out and whatnot. So, yeah, the second update is, obviously, as you just remember, I showcased this piece, my corn tattoo. Well, I decided to get another one. And this one is on the same arm. And if you can see it. Yeah, if you know that artwork, you know, we'll talk about it a little bit later, but it's Twitching Tongues artwork for In Love There Is No Law. Absolutely love that album. So I searched for their logo once, and that design came out. I was like, I have to get that as a tattoo, and I booked it up pretty much straight away. So I've got another plan for a tattoo in September, and when that comes about, you'll see what it is. And I've got more plans for future tattoos and stuff. So money and stuff, as the saying goes about tattoos, it's a painful, expensive hobby. So yeah, stick around for more tattoos, guess, in the next updates and purchases when they come about. Excuse me. But yeah, let's go with, we'll tell you what, we'll start with this little pile here. Recently I bought an Xbox One. I've been playing Xbox 360 for many years, and I've never felt the need to update. Well, I've felt the need to update, but I haven't really had the, you know, drive to do it, you know. And then I felt, you know what, I need to stop living in the past and get myself an Xbox One. So I bought myself an Xbox One. I was going to get a PS4, but I felt like my community is the Xbox community, you know. That's the way I work. I mean, the games that I play, I love them more than the PlayStation games, personally. My fiance, she's got a PS4, and we have this bitter talk all the time, rivalry. It always happens, but yeah. So I got an Xbox One. I got the Halo one. I'm not going to show the console and all that, but I got the Halo themed one, which that's the controller. Yeah, you don't really care, because when it was a second hand one, 1 terabyte, and it was just a plain black one on display, and they couldn't find it in the shop. So I was like, all right, it's man. They went, where there? And they went and had a look, and they found a Halo one of the exact same sort of thing. No game in it, but they were like, you can have this one. And I was like, oh, might as well. The sound starts up's a little bit different compared to the normal one, but it does get a little bit annoying, but I might turn it off, I don't know, but I kind of rub it in me buddy Triple D's face all the time because he's kind of jealous that I've got it, but oh well. But I obviously have a few games to play. The first game I got was WWE 2K18. Obviously, controls are a lot different from SmackDown vs. Raw 2009, so yeah, I'm getting used to that, but this is a really, really good game, great graphics and all that. Then this one I haven't really played, Advanced Warfare. This was only, I think, $3.99, so I just thought, have a Call of Duty I'm a Call of Duty player, so might as well just get to see what it's like. I haven't played it yet, but I'll get there. Anyway, next up, classic Grand Theft Auto. I got this from my fiance's brother. He was like, does he want it? And I was like, yeah. I've already completed the story. I'm just going to do the little side missions, but yeah, really, really happy about that. And this game is kind of the reason I play Xbox, the definitive reason. But I've missed out on the past 3 games, and so I just decided to get the last one. Forza Motorsport. The last game I got was Forza 4. Obviously, Collector's Edition, did the unboxing and stuff on this channel many moons ago. But this is the Ultimate Edition, came with some extra goodies on there, including the Fast and Furious car back and stuff like that. I was really buzzed, and I've been playing it quite a bit, and I'm absolutely loving it. It does feel different, but I do really enjoy it. And I have to say though, Forza Horizon, I wasn't too keen on the first one. Same sort of audio for the second one. Third one looked a little bit better, but this new one coming out in October, I'm definitely going to be pre-ordering it because it's set in the UK. Kind of have to go along with it. Next up, I believe this was for my birthday. My buddy Triple D, who just mentioned, bought us a couple of DVDs for the Marvel collection. He got us The Incredible Hulk, which this one's the one with Edward Norton. I know he didn't do another Hulk after that. We obviously had Mark Ruffalo, obviously replace him, but I do enjoy this one. It's not the strongest Marvel movie, but it's still good. And I kind of had a suspicion that he was going to get us this. Spider-Man Homecoming, because we have this endless debate of which one is better, Spider-Man Homecoming or Spider-Man 3. Because I'm personally a Spider-Man 3 fan. I know not many people could say that with a smile on their face or, you know, in all seriousness. But to me, I don't know, I just couldn't get into the story. I thought Vulture, or Falcon, or whatever his name was just like, I don't know, I just really didn't like the villain. I know it was obviously a different vibe compared to, it wasn't a Spider-Man origin film, but I don't know, I just couldn't massively get into it. It's a good movie, and what's his name, Tom Holland, fantastic Spider-Man, but I don't know, I just don't get I just don't click with the hype of it. It's good, don't get us wrong, but it is what it is, really. And then this one I picked up not too long ago from work. I just needed these for the collection. I mainly wanted the last one, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to get the box set. I got the Thor 3 movie box set, which contains obviously the the first Thor, which is, it's alright. Stick that back in there. Then the Dark World, once again, alright film. But in my personal opinion, when it comes to the Thor movies, and everyone should agree with us, Ragnarok. Ragnarok is unbelievable. It's funny, it's action-filled, and just, quite frankly, an epic movie. I think it's one of the best of the Marvel movies. To me, anyway, it's not as good as Guardians of the Galaxy 2 or 1. Those are my personal favourites, but Ragnarok is definitely up there in at least the top 5. Incredible stuff. Now, these next ones is kind of a bit of nostalgia for me. It's basically my childhood, and that's the entire reason why I got these DVDs, because I absolutely love these things as a kid, and I'm just so happy to have them on DVD. I got the Walking with Dinosaurs box set, which my camera's obviously, as you know, been a bit shit recently, but yeah, it's a box set containing, excuse me, the original series, which is dope. Yeah, I don't know where that came from. The Ballad of Big Al, the original series. Loved that one when it was out. And this one, which I can't remember if I've watched or not. The Land of Giants / The Giant Claw. Yeah, I don't think I've watched this one yet. I think I've seen clips of it. I could be wrong, but I'm definitely looking forward to checking that one out. But yeah, so it was nostalgia. I had to get it. It was pretty cheap as well, so really happy about that. Me in childhood, I loved Walking with Dinosaurs, but this one was definitely better for me. It's not going to focus, I don't think. But Walking with Beasts, yeah, this is the complete series. Yeah, it was basically what happened after the dinosaurs before present day and before the Ice Age, and then when the Ice Age came and stuff like that. I absolutely love this show. If you haven't watched it before and you've watched Walking with Dinosaurs, give it a chance. Obviously, graphics and stuff has well improved since then, but in my personal opinion, I still think it's cool. And then this one's kind of like a side kind of thing. Walking with Dinosaurs, Sea Monsters. This thing, oh, this blew my mind when I was a kid. Like, the beast that lurked in the oceans around the time of the dinosaurs and stuff like that, personally, to me. Just, like, the giant mosasaurus. You wouldn't mess with that bitch, like. Anyway, but yeah, really happy with this. It says on the front, Walking with Dinosaurs, Walking with Beasts, and Walking with Cavemen. I never watched Walking with Cavemen as a kid. I knew it was on the telly, but I don't know, I just didn't feel like watching it. But yeah, I definitely want to pick that up and, you know, add it to the collection, so to say so. Before I get into the shirts and CDs, I just want to quickly showcase this flag. I've got another flag coming up, but this one I had to showcase. This is obviously my favourite album from 2017 in flag form. Malevolence, Self-Supremacy, artwork flag. Yeah, really, really happy with this thing. I've got this thing hanging up. Obviously not at the moment, but I've got this thing hanging up on my wall. Proud. It's definitely my favourite album of 2017, and definitely one of my favourite albums of all times nowadays. Actually, I'll showcase the other flag now, I might as well. This was a freebie because I ordered Within Destruction's latest album, Death Wish, and I reviewed the album, obviously, on my channel, as you just may have seen, and the guys in Within Destruction hooked us up with some good little freebies, like stickers and pics, and I believe a pin, if I'm not mistaken. But they also gave me this dope flag right now of the artwork. I had this up before I did me got the Malevolence flag. So yeah, I chop and change depending on if I'm in a heavier mood, if I'm in a riff mood, you know. And that's what I plan to do on my walls place. Like, if I'm in the mood for this, if I'm in the mood for that. That's the plan, anyway. We have some shirts to get through now. Oh, actually, instead of the shirts, I'm going to showcase some vinyl that I got. Yeah, I finally got some new vinyl for the collection. This one I got pretty cheap. What I'm deciding to do with my vinyls is actually pick up some of my all-time favourite albums on vinyl, because at first I was doing that, and then I decided, you know what, I'm just buying vinyls for the sake of it now. So I decided to splash out a little bit and get some vinyls of actual albums that I love. So the first one being Gateways to Annihilation by Morbid Angel. Absolute thick, juicy, just pummeling death metal, just amazing stuff. It's just on a plain black vinyl, so I'm not really going to showcase that. And it comes with a lyric sheet and all that. But yeah, this is an absolute death metal monster. If you haven't heard this one and you're into death metal, I'd say you're missing out. I mean, it's one of the best death metal records I've ever heard, personally. When it comes to death metal, Morbid Angel just bring out some of the most thickest, most filthiest death metal. Anyway, next up, these next two were presents from my fiancée for my birthday, and she said she wasn't getting us CDs or anything. And to be honest, I'm not bothered about that, because these are just unbelievable. She got us two of my all-time favourite albums. She got us The Black Dahlia Murder with Ritual. Oh my god, I told her I was going to pick this up at some point, because obviously it's one of my favourite albums, and she ended up picking this up, so I absolutely love it. It comes with a poster, with a giant freaking poster. I'm not going to unfold that, because it's about the size of me freaking window, really. Obviously comes with a little lyric sheet, and it comes on one vinyl, but my god, look at this. I can't remember what colour it is. I've got the sheet in there, the little label with the colour, but oh my god. Oop, excuse me. Yeah, what a masterpiece. This thing is easily my favourite Black Dahlia Murder album, and yeah, it's just the symphonics, the melodies, the riffs, like on Sterling Seas of Salted Blood. I mean, come on, what a song. Moonlight Equilibrium, Shrine of Madness, Carbonizing Cruciform. It's olive green marbled vinyl, ultimate vinyl reissue number 94 out of 200. So yeah, I'm really, really happy about this vinyl. It's, like as I said, the best Black Dahlia Murder album, if you ask me, and the best one I think they'll ever do. But yeah, the musicianship is just another fucking level, if you ask me. So yeah, and then words can't describe how happy I was to get this. I tried to get the what colour was it? Gold marble version when it was on their big cartel, but it sold out, and I was really gutted. So me girlfriend fiance went on a little bit of a search and found the vinyl version for us, and I'm just so happy. Malevolence, Self-Supremacy. Oh man, it's just on black vinyl, and it comes with a little poster, and I've kept the little card thing, like flyer. Comes with a poster of Desolated, I think it came with. But yeah, oh my god, this album. Still one of the best albums of last year, and definitely, in my opinion, one of the best albums ever written. Printed in the sleeves, with the lyrics and the band. Oh my god, I absolutely love this thing. This is just, words can't describe how happy I am to have this on vinyl. As I said, I'm not a vinyl collector. I'm definitely more of a CD collector, but I'm starting to get more vinyl just because my favourite albums and stuff like that. So yeah, more will come in the future. I've got my eye on Devil Driver's The Last Kind Words, because that's one of my favourite albums of all times. But yeah, absolutely love those vinyls, and yeah, I can't wait to get more in the upcoming future. Alright, next up we've got some shirts. Now, some of these, I will point out, I bought them along with the CD, but I've got the CDs stacked right here, so if they're going to come with a CD, I'll tell you. So, and these are going to go on the floors. Yeah. Right, the first one being some really good, I think the Dutch, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but this is Anarchus with the, what's this, the Invocation of Moribund Spirits artwork shirt. I believe this is like a album cover shirt. Love this band. Raw, really old school, devastating death metal. Absolutely love it. So yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. Next up, I got Armatura with their album cover shirt. Got this when I saw them in the O2. Yeah, they killed it, so I got this. Really, really happy to support them. If you're into thrashy, old school heavy metal, definitely check them out. Another artwork shirt, no surprise. Above My Valentine, The Poison. Absolute classic metalcore album, and this artwork shirt I saw on eBay. It's a little bit smaller than I thought it would be. It's kind of like, it fits like a medium, but I'm not bothered. It's The Poison. Classic metalcore. If you haven't heard Above My Valentine's The Poison and you're into metalcore, seriously. Anyway, next up, I've got a CD of this, and I did get some like stickers, and I believe it was a tattoo sticker, I don't know. Pre-order bundle for the new Chelsea Grin album, which came with this amazing album cover shirt. It's a little bit dusty around here because of my girlfriend's fiance. I'll remember. Fiance's makeup from our night out the other day. And the dripping logo on the back. Very, very nice. That's going to go in the wash after this video. Then we have Dimmu Borgir in Sorta Diabali. Fell in love with Dimmu Borgir yet again. Like, after I heard their new album, which I wasn't overly whelmed with, I was like, oh, I'll go back to the old stuff, and then I fell in love with that, so I got this shirt. It's got a back print. Very, very nice. I saw that shirt years and years ago in a place in South Shields. I think it's called Obsidian, and I never got around to going back to get it, and the place closed down, so oh well, is what it is, really. Next up, some killer deathcore. Enterprise Earth with the embodiment artwork shirt. I was going to get an Enterprise Earth shirt, but then it sold out, and then this came on the store, so I was like, yeah, I'm getting that. So, really happy about that, and I'll maybe seeing them with Chelsea Green, Oceano, and Kubla Khan in, I believe it's September in Manchester. So, if anyone's going, I'll see you there. Next up, we got First Blood with Rules long sleeve top. Yeah, it's got that little cool pocket design. The artwork kind of thing on the back. First Blood written across the, what's that, the right hand sleeve, and still Rules written across the left hand sleeve. Really love this design. I had my eye on it for a while, especially after I heard First Blood. I was just like, yeah, I need to get some merch of them. So yeah, I got that. I did get this next one with a vest top, but I cannot find it for some reason. But it's a grey vest top with their emblem on the front, which was free. I think they're described as a wife beater, which I haven't heard that term in a while. But anyway, but this is from Sword to Serenity with the Supremacy single artwork. Really happy with this. And on the side, it's got Last Chance apparel on the sleeve. But yeah, I cannot wait for their, I believe it's their second album coming up when it gets announced. So yeah, keep an eye on their Facebook. I'll leave a link down below. Next up, some seriously amazing hardcore you need to check out if you're into that sort of stuff. Get the Shot with the, what's this called? Infinite Punishment, I believe it's called. Artwork shirt. Love these guys. Some seriously heavy hardcore, very thrashy, but just pummeling, has some beatdown influence as well. So yeah, excellent stuff. So there, next up, I got this on eBay pretty cheap. Hate Eternal with Phoenix Amongst the Ashes. Yeah, artwork shirt, and on the back it says, "With malice and spite, I am reborn." Hate Sworn. Yeah, absolutely love Hate Eternal, and Phoenix Amongst the Ashes was just an absolute devastator. Next up, Heart of a Coward logo long sleeve with the logo going down the sleeve, the new one, and the new emblem, both sides. Really happy with this one. My fiance keeps on nicking it all the time, so yeah, she'll probably end up getting it again, but I'll wear it eventually. Anyway, next up, I've got a CD of these guys coming up, so keep an eye out for that. But the next one is Juratory with Midas artwork shirt. These guys, local guys, they weren't my thing at first, but after speaking to the guys and getting on good terms, because we had a bit of bad blood between us at one point, but after getting on good terms, we've discussed and I've actually listened to their stuff, and it's grown on us a lot, so I decided to support them, and they hooked us up with this shirt, and I've got the CD coming up in a bit, so keep an eye out for that. Next up, third time we're going to be talking about this album, so I'm going to quickly. Malevolence, MLP LTD pocket design with the self-supremacy artwork on the back. I love the album. Yeah, I said it. Next up, I don't know if I said it before anyway. Next up, Night in Texas with, I can't remember what this design's called, but yeah, I honestly, the shirt that I got when I saw them with I Declare War, I kind of just had bad sense and bad vibes when I wore that, because it reminded us of the gig, and I was just like, nah, I can't wear that. So I made it my own. I was like, yeah, I'll end up getting another one. So I sold that one, and this one came up, so I decided to get it. Really, really nice design. So really happy about that. Next up, I got the CD of this one as well, but this is Oracles with Misery Code artwork shirt. I got the CD as well, so I'm really happy about that, and I got the shirt as well. And it took a bit of a while, and they hooked us up with a free shirt, which is this design, which I'm really happy about as well. Kind of forgot I had this shirt, so I might have to wear this one after the video, because I'm getting a bit sweaty here. It's quite warm still in the UK. Next up, we got, this is still one of my favourite shirts now. This is the Slaughter to Prevail long sleeve with, what's it say on the side? Does it say Russian? I don't know. But anyway, on the back, it's kind of like a stained glass kind of design. Really awesome stuff. So yeah, really happy with that. It's definitely my favourite in the lots that I've got, and especially probably at the moment it's my favourite, but it's a shame I can't wear it because I sweat like a motherfucker in this heat. Anyway, next up we have Suffocation of the Dark Light artwork shirt with lyrics on the back which say, "Embrace the darkest of your fears and seek the warmth within the dark." Yeah, this another shirt that kind of has a bit of nostalgia to it. Obviously, when my band Erebor opened for them, which I'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, when we opened for them, I've always held a soft spot for Of the Dark Light, hence why I did a review. But as soon as I saw the shirt go on in Pericon, yeah, I had to get it. So I'm really happy with that. Yeah, just a quick kind of announcement before we get on to the CDs. I have parted ways with Erebor, if you don't know. I'll talk more in a future video about why things did what they did, but I still love the guys, and I am still massive supporters of them, and when it comes to their new release, I am going to do a review on this channel, and yeah, I've heard some of the stuff, obviously, and it sounds pretty sick, so keep an eye out for that when it comes out. But yeah, alright, we're back. Sorry about that, my camera died, so I decided to charge it up a little bit and then get back on with this video. But we've got, quite conveniently, the CDs to get through now. So we've got quite a few stacks here, so let's get straight onto it. The first lot that I'm going to be showcasing is from Rotten Music. Great brutal death metal, sort of extreme death metal, you know, slam sort of stuff. Sort of label. So I picked up a couple of releases from them that I was after, so get through those. First one being Cenotaph with Perverse Dehumanized Dysfunction. Yeah, which is this one. Yeah, really solid brutal death metal. So if you haven't checked out these guys, I believe they're from Turkey. So yeah, make sure you check out these guys. Brutal stuff. Next up we have some killer old school death metal in the shape of Dysphoria with Foul Ashes of Deceit. Yeah, if you're into old school death metal, definitely check these guys out. Raw, nasty, vicious stuff. Love it. Next up, I picked up a couple of Mental Cruelty releases, because I'll be seeing them at Fall in the Brawl this year, and I saw them last year and they killed it, so I picked up a couple of releases, and hopefully if I meet them, I'm going to get these signed. But I got their EP, Perit Mundus. Yeah, really sick, heavy shit. But what I absolutely adore at the moment is their debut album called Purgatorium, I believe it's how it's pronounced. Holy shit, man, this is some heavy shit. I'm not gonna lie, when I first heard it, I thought it was very meh, and quite clearly I just wasn't in the mood for this sort of style. So when I heard it the second time, I was just like, oh, this is just pummeling stuff. So yeah, looking forward to seeing them perform the Broad performance songs from that album. Next up we have some more sort of in vein of Mental Cruelty. It's kind of like slamming, beat downy sort of stuff. But this Sentence with Drowned by Blood. Rest in peace to these guys, but this album is sick as fuck. Once again, it was kind of one of those things that I kind of had to develop a taste for somewhat. But yeah, it hit the spot finally, and my god, this stuff is heavy as fuck. So make sure you check that out. Unfortunately, the guys are split up, but oh well. Anyway, but these guys have returned, and I'm so happy because this album, I finally got around to checking out, and I absolutely adore it. But this is Waking the Cadaver with Real Life Death. Yeah, I know it's a bit of a to say it like a sin to say that I left it so late to check this out, but my god, this album rips so hard. It's heavy as shit. I mean, I cannot wait for a new album from these guys. I'm so glad they're back, and bring the slam, that's all I can say. Next up we have a couple of releases from Everlasting SPEW Records. A few of these I did plan to review on the channel, but when it came to the review, either my camera was fucking up, I wasn't in the mood, like as I said in the start of this video, that I wasn't feeling things, you know, and this was one of those cases. But I decided to pick up a load of releases from them, and I'm really happy with the releases that I got. So I'm going to showcase some of them. First one being Convocation with Scars Across, some amazing death doom, released in 2018. Make sure you check this out if you're into that sort of stuff. Killer stuff. One of the best I've heard in 2018, definitely. Next up, this is Demonic with the Art of Dantalion, I believe how it's pronounced. Amazing black and death metal. If you're into that sort of stuff, make sure you check this out. It's kind of got a bit of a hate Belphegor sort of behemoth sort of esque to it. It's solid. I also need to pick up their new album, Sin, I believe it's called. Yeah, excellent stuff. Next up, we've got a little EP that was kind of like a freebie. This is Quantum Hierarchy with Neutron Breed. But in general, I did actually really want this because this is some really sick tech death. It's kind of got a bit of an old school sort of vibe to it. So if you're into that sort of stuff, check this out. And their logo, crazy shit. Absolutely love this thing. So it might appear in a Super Metal recommendations in the future. We'll see what happens. Next up, yeah, this was one of the albums that I wanted to review on the channel, but when I came to do it, I just wasn't feeling the review, and yeah, so, but I did pick it up on CD, but this is Valgrind with Blackest Horizon. Yeah, this stuff kills so much, so make sure you check out Valgrind. If you're into Nocturnus, you'll definitely find something to like and enjoy about those guys. I reviewed this album. This is one that I did click with and could do a review straight off the bat. This is Construct of LETHE with Exiler. Oh my god, this album, as I said in my review, is one of my favourites of 2018 so far. And it says on the front, for fans of Morbid Angel and Immolation, that is a perfect description if you ask me. It's heavy, epic, and just gritty as hell. Absolutely love this thing. It blew us away, and more people need to hear this album if you ask me. Excellent stuff. Then this one, I just saw it in there and I thought, you know, I'm going to pick it up because it's excellent. But this is Bong Rips for Jesus with the last session of the Duplified Apostates, or whatever. But yeah, sick slam. I checked these out on, I think it was Slam Worldwide put these up, and I was just like really impressed with them. So yeah, I'm really happy to have this in the collection. If you're into slam, brutal death metal, definitely check it out. And the next one, it was going to be its own video, but I'm going to showcase these CDs right now. But I received a little care package from Black Lion Records. And I'd just like to say, in case he watches this, Oliver, thanks so much for sending these. I'm slowly getting through them. There is some that I need to check out still, but I'm slowly getting through them and I'm enjoying what I'm hearing so far. So anything that I haven't checked out, I'll tell you. Anything I have checked out, I'll tell you. So, excuse me, the first one being a one that I have checked out, which is Carpatus, I believe how it's pronounced, with Malvis Ascendant, I believe how it's pronounced. But yeah, this is some seriously sick black metal. If you're into, who was it? I think it had a bit of a Satyricon kind of vibe to it. So if you're into that sort of vibe, definitely check these guys out. I could be mistaken, but I remember it being some really sick black metal. So check that out if you haven't already. One I haven't checked out is Death March with Dismember. I believe this is a death metal release, if I'm not mistaken, or something death grindy. But yeah, looking forward to checking that one out. It's a little EP. Shouldn't take long for us to listen to. Next up, we have Defiatory with Extinct. I haven't checked out these guys, but these are pretty killer thrash because, and the reason I say that is I did check out their latest one that he sent us, which is called Hades Rising. And this is definitely one of my favourites of 2018. And definitely probably, off the top of my head, yeah, probably is my favourite thrash album so far this year. As you know, I'm not massively into thrash. I don't go out my way to check it out. But this is definitely surprises. I'm really, really happy to have this album. And I believe Gamma Bomb's also got a new album coming out this year. So, who knows, I might pick that up. But yeah, make sure you check out Defiatory with Hades Rising. Killer old school thrash. Excellent stuff. Next up we have Hyperion with Seraphical Euphony. I believe that's how it's pronounced. This is the one that I've kind of knew like the cover art for many moons. And I just haven't checked it out. And I got the CD and I still haven't checked it out. So this one's definitely on my want list to check out. I'll probably might check it out tonight. Actually, I've left it far too long. But yeah, looking forward to checking it out. I've heard some really solid things about it. Moving on, we have More Denial with The Plague. Really killer artwork. I'm definitely going to be checking this one out at some point. I can't remember what these are under. When I saw the cover, I kind of got a bit of a doom metal kind of vibe, but also a bit of ghost vibe in there, so maybe not, but yeah, looking forward to checking that one out. Next one, this is, what's this, Murdrick, or Murdrike, the Anthology MMXV. Yeah, I haven't checked this one out either, but I'm really looking forward to it, especially with that logo. I believe it's black and death metal. I could be wrong. I did do some research just before, while I was ripping them onto my computer, and it said black and death metal. So I will check that one out eventually. I have checked this one out. This is Northwind Wolves with Dark Cold Grim. This one I can't remember when it actually came out, but yeah, this was some really, really sick stuff. I mean, look at that artwork. Yeah, my camera's focusing nicely. But yeah, absolutely amazing stuff. I can't remember what genre it falls into, but I really enjoy this album. I believe it falls into symphonic black metal. I could be wrong, but yeah, make sure you check this album. It's excellent, excellent stuff. These next two are EPs of the same band. I really enjoyed the next one I'm going to show, but I need to check this one out. This is Mist of Misery with Fields of... Is this Evolution? Oh, sorry, Fields of Isolation. Yeah, I haven't checked this one out yet, but I've heard some good things about this EP, so I'm really looking forward to checking this one out when I get round to it. Excuse me. But this is the one I have checked out, and this is Shackles of Life. Now, this is just mind-blowing, this EP. I mean, if you haven't heard it, you need to. If you're into symphonic black metal, you'll find something to love about these guys. It's incredible, incredible stuff. So yeah, and the final one from Black Lion Records is an album that I wanted to review, but unfortunately it fell at the same time as Valgrind, where I was doing trying to do reviews, but I wasn't feeling it and stuff like that. But I have checked it out. It's some pretty killer black metal. But this is Wormlight with Wrath of the Wilds. Yeah, I might try and do a little video on Black Lion Records in the future, but I'm not going to promise anything. But yeah, check out Black Lion Records. They've got some killer releases, and I'm sure when I get around to checking out more of these releases that there will be more. I can guarantee it. So we'll get to that one day, hopefully, but we'll see what happens anyway. Let's get on with the other CDs I've got now. These have all come from the likes of eBay, Amazon, HMV, other record labels and stuff that I've talked about before and what have you. So let's get on with it. We've got quite a few CDs. We've got two big piles, so yeah, I'm not going to show this. But anyway, let's get on with it. First one being Abysmal Torment with Cultivate the Apostate. Yeah, some really sick death metal. I was checking out their new album not too long ago, and then went on Amazon to see if they had it on CD, because I was going to buy it. And they didn't have it on CD, unfortunately, but they had this for like £3, and I was like, fucking right, I'm getting that. So I got that with a bunch of other ones, so we'll get to that in a little second. So next up, we've got Abyssal with, oh my god, I'm not even going to attempt that, but that's this one. Yeah, really sick. I believe black and death metal, I could be wrong on that, but yeah, I remember it being amazing, so I picked it up, so really happy about that. I know that's kind of contradicting, but oh well. Next up, we've got some sick death metal. Eon with Bleeding the False. Essential death metal. It's kind of like a non-repetitive version of Digicide, really, if you ask me. It's intense, it's fast, brutal, and just barbaric. Excellent stuff. Next up, we've got Agrona with Realm of the Fallen, released under UKEM Records. Yeah, I'll plan to do a review on this. I might still do it, I don't know, we'll see what happens, but this is one of the best black metal releases of 2018, if you ask me. Next up, I've been after this album for so long, I'm so glad to finally own it. This is Alder with Tahoma. As you know, I've got Passage, and I featured it in the Super Metal recommendations, and I mentioned about Tahoma. Now I was after it, and UKEM Records got it, so I was just like, yeah, I have to buy it. So yeah, if you haven't heard this album and you're into atmospheric black metal, do yourself a favour and check it out. Anyway, next up we've got Elysian with Elements of the Infinite. Yeah, And it comes with their self-titled, oh no, Preaching the Machine EP. Well, it says includes self-released, oh yeah, self-released, sorry, I thought it said self-titled. But it's self-released EP, Preaching the Machine, which, my camera's gone blurry, so it might not focus. But yeah, there we are, that one. So yeah, excuse me. But yeah, I'm really happy to own this. This album's sick. I need to check out that self-released EP when I get a chance. Next I've got the new Amorphous, Queen of Time. Another excellent album from Amorphous. This one I definitely think appealed a little bit more than Under the Red Cloud. Under the Red Cloud was really good, but this is exquisite if you ask me. It kind of reminds me a bit of Catatonia in some elements, but anyway. Next up, we talked about this earlier. This is Anarchus with Invocation of the Moribund Spirits. Excellent old school death metal. If you're into really raw stuff, then this is definitely for you. Not like raw black metal, but just old school. Fantastic, fantastic stuff. Next up, bootleg, but I will pick up a proper version at some point, but this was on Amazon and I didn't expect it to be a bootleg. But this is Angel Maker with Dissentient. Yeah, obviously everyone knows this album by now if you're into deathcore, and it is a monster album. So when it came in, I was disappointed with the presentation, but oh well, what can you do? But I will get a proper version at some point, but we'll see what happens. Alright, next up we have some great prog rock. This is Arcane Roots with Blood and Chemistry. As you know, I love Arcane Roots, and this album is definitely another solid one in the discography. I need to explore a little bit more into their older stuff to complete their discography, really. And I cannot wait for the new EP. The new single that they dropped was fantastic. Next up, we've got Bad Wolves with Disobey. A great alternative metal release from 2018, I believe. Yeah, excellent stuff. Check it out. Next up, essential death metal. Benighted with Icon. Unbelievable, relentless, intense, and just insane. Absolutely love this album. I also love this album by Benighted as well, Asylum Cave. Been after this one for many moons, so really happy to finally own that. The only thing I really need to pick up that I enjoy is the white one, which I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, and Carnivore Sublime, the box set edition, but we'll see what happens to that. Anyway, next up we've got Biner with Hallucinating in Resurrectia. Yeah, classic death metal album and essential if you ask me. Next up, excuse me, I reviewed this on the channel, so check it out. This is Bleed From Within with Era. So glad these guys are back, and this album is monstrous, so check out my review if you want to hear more. Excellent. Next up we have Bleeding Through with Love Will Kill All. Excellent return to form, really enjoying this album at the moment. Blood Red Thorn with Brutalitarian Regime, I believe how it's pronounced. Yeah, great album, really happy about that. And I can't remember if I've listened to this one, but I do like this band, so I thought, you know what, might as well get it. But this is the self-titled Blood Red Thorn album. Both of these released from the Severed Records, so yeah, you're going to expect brutality, definitely. Next up we have Bury Tomorrow with Black Flame. New Bury Tomorrow, excellent. In my personal opinion, it's up there with the likes of, Earthbound, yeah, and Runes was amazing as well, and this one follows up really, really nicely, so, yeah. Next up, got, as you know, I picked up Chelsea Grin's new album, Eternal Nightmare, which we'll talk about in a second, but it reminded us that I needed Self-Inflicted. I was like, that's the only one that I'm missing, so picked up a copy of that. I have heard the deluxe edition, which I thought they'd press on CD, but they didn't, so I just picked up this one. Really happy to have that. And then we have the new album, Eternal Nightmare. My dear fucking god, this is so far my album of the year. I absolutely adore the heaviness, and in my personal opinion, Tom Barber has just come into Chelsea Grin and made it his own. It's unbelievable. Make sure you check this out. I might as well add, it's kind of weird to hear him doing straight up deathcore rather than the blackened deathcore. It's kind of weird, different vibes, but I enjoy both of them a hell of a lot. But yeah. And also, props to CJ McCreary, I can't remember which one it is, for joining Lorna Shaw from Signs of the Swarm. That is a filthy combo. Anyway, we'll see what happens in the upcoming future with that. But anyway, next up we have some Dawn of Disease releases. We have Worship the Grave and what's this one? Ascension Gate. Yeah, both great albums. I prefer Worship the Grave that little bit more, but Ascension Gate is amazing. Excuse me. Still got a bit of a rattly cough from me sickness. Anyway, next up we have, I believe I talked about this in which unpackaging was it? I can't remember which number it was, but the one where I was talking about Decimation. But I've got their last, I believe this is one of their older albums called Anthems of an Imperial Dominion. Wow, this album is relentless, just as much as Realm of Ungodly Creation. Yeah, that album was amazing, but this one is just as relentless. So I believe these are Turkish, I believe as well. So yeah, make sure you check out this album and also Realms of an Ungodly Creation. Yeah. Moving on. Next up we have Deguile, I believe how it's pronounced. Predator Rain. Yeah. Killer Black and Death Metal. I believe this was released last year. I believe so. Or this year, I can't remember. But yeah, really sick stuff. Check it out if you haven't already. Let's get a bit of a move on here. We've got Difos with Gospel and Maggots. Amazing album. Next we've got Devil Driver with Outlaws Till the End Volume 1. I'm really not a fan of covers albums personally. I just find them quite boring, especially it was a Burn the Priest, obviously Lamb of God's covers album of their influence and stuff. I found that album really fucking boring. But this album, oh my god, it is unbelievable. It crosses, it's obviously they're playing like blues and country sort of songs, but they're obviously putting the Devil Driver twist on there, and it works so well, and quite frankly, I love this album, so yeah, make sure you check it out. It is amazing. I might as well add, when I'm playing Forza Motorsport 7, what I was talking about earlier, it is the perfect album to listen to, if you ask me. Anyway, moving on, we have new Dimmu Borgir with Ionian, I believe how it's pronounced. Yeah, I'm starting to warm up to it, but it's still not a proper Dimmu album, if you ask me. It kind of feels just too... It doesn't seem blackened anymore, really. That's the only thing I can really say. There's only really one song on it that I really enjoy, so oh well. Next up, we have Divine Heresy with Bringer of Plagues. I already need this album, and I've got both their albums, so picked it up quite cheap. Then we have Ecocide with Eye of Wicked Sight. Amazing old school death metal. I picked this up on Discogs. I believe this was my first purchase on Discogs, so yeah, really happy about that. Excellent album. Next up we have Entombed with Left Hand Path. Classic album. Next up we have Extermination, Dismemberment, I believe, yeah, Dismemberment with Serial Herbicide. Yeah, that's a massive tongue twister. Some really sick brutal death metal. Can't remember if it's slamming brutal death metal, but yeah, it's really heavy and really good stuff, so make sure you check that out. I just realised, I believe I showcased the Entombed album in the unpackaging video. Oh well. Anyway, got another Fortress album for the collection. I believe this is the last CD I needed to complete their studio discography, so I got Fortress with I'm not even going to pronounce it, but it's this one. Yeah, this one's got a bit of a different feel to the other albums, but it's still absolutely amazing. Absolutely love it, and I think Fortress are seriously underappreciated as a black metal band, so check them out if you haven't already, and if you need any proof, just check these Super Metal recommendations. As you know, I got the shirt of this, but I got Get the Shot with Infinite Punishment on CD. I completely forgot that I needed this on CD. When I bought the shirt, I was like, shit, I need the CD, so yeah, I found it in HMV, so I was really happy, and there's the guys in the slipcase. Yeah, really awesome album. If you're into hardcore riffs, bit of beatdown, bit of thrash, this is definitely for you. Excellent stuff. What an album. Next up, Heal of Bullets with 3, the Romic Chronicles. I believe that's what it is, yeah. Martin van Drunen, I believe, is on vocals, yeah. excellent album. Make sure you check it out if you're into death metal. It is pretty much essential at this point. I'm just going to move over. Yeah. Next up we have some hardcore in the shape of Harm's Way with Posthuman. Really weird artwork, but really intense album. Great stuff. An absolute riffer, The Haunted with Strength in Numbers. Really solid death metal album, kind of has a bit of a groove metal sort of vibe, and that's my first Haunted album to check out. So, also, we did it in the last video, not many people replied, so let's give this a go. As for The Haunted, what album should I check out next? Let us know below, because I'm really enjoying that album. Anyway, next up, this is an album that I'm absolutely adoring at the moment, but this is Human Barbecue with Cannibalistic Flesh Harvest. It's in a slipcase. I got it pretty cheap on Amazon. Now, this album, it only lasts 20 minutes, but in those 20 minutes, you're in for a barbaric ride. Like, it's kind of got that deathcore-esque to slam. It's basically slam and brutal death metal. Bit of deathcore influence in there as well, but yeah, this is heavy as fuck. And like as I said, it's short. It only runs about, I think it's 19 minutes, something like that. Really short for an album, but oh my god, I absolutely adore this thing. And quite frankly, I can't wait for their new EP. I need to pick up their debut EP and a shirt at some point. So we'll see what happens with Human Barbecue. Amazing. And a great name. Alright, next up and final pile. This is a big one, so let's get through it. We've got Immortal with Sons of Northern Darkness. This is the Digipack edition that folds out like so. Yeah, it's one of those complicated ones. But yeah, I found this in Edinburgh when I was on my anniversary trip with my fiance. And yeah, it was the only CD I found, but I was like, yeah, I have to get that. So, classic album in the collection. Excuse me. I reviewed this album, so I'm not going to say too much, but this is Immortal with Northern Chaos Gods. One of the best albums of 2018 in general. Amazing stuff. Actually, forgot to open it. Very nice. Nice to see Immortal back, and all that shit with Abath is Immortal, Immortal is Abbott. Fuck that shit. I can't believe I actually said that to begin with. Anyway, next one is Impending Doom with the Sin and Doom Volume 2. Yeah. In my opinion, Impending Doom is a very underrated deathcore band. This is a heavy brute of an album. I mean, wow, it's incredible. Check it out if you haven't already. New Ingested with The Level Above Human. You just knew I was going to get it. I'm tempted to pick up the vinyl, but we'll see what happens. Not too overwhelmed with red vinyl, so oh well. Next up, the new Jungle Rot, self-titled. Yeah, that artwork is absolutely outstanding, and the album itself, as people have been saying, it is outstanding as well. If you haven't heard it and you're into death metal, do yourself a fucking favour and check it out. Now, next up, just a few items. As you know, I got a JURATORY shirt. I said I ordered the album from them, which is Dark Works in Progress. If you're into industrial sort of stuff, I have no reference because they're very original. Drum machine, very synthy and very industrial sounding, but it's got a bit of hardcore influence and a bit of groove metal influence, so check it out. It's pretty unique, and yeah, support your local scene. That's all I'm going to say, and just don't shit on bands, because yeah, you know. Anyway, moving on. They also gave us a copy of their EP Midas / Repent. Yeah, it's just a slipcase, a couple of tracks. I haven't checked out this one yet, but I'm looking forward to checking it out. And they also gave us a little JURATORY patch, which I plan to put on a jacket at some point, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, thanks guys, really appreciate it, and live on. Anyway, moving on. I'm kind of going to get shit on for this, but I don't care. I absolutely love this album. Limp Bizkit with Gold Cobra. Yeah, I got this on eBay. I'm not going to lie, when it was advertised, it had the gold logo, which not everyone knows is the special edition, I guess. So, but I got it, and I'm really happy. I absolutely love Bring It Back, Gold Cobra, Shark Attack, Douchebag, Auto Tunage. Yeah, I absolutely love this album, I'm not going to lie, so fuck off. I love Limp Bizkit. The riffs for days. Next up, another album that I really didn't like on first listen, but come to me senses, absolutely love it. This is Loathe with The Cold Sun. Yeah, really enjoying this album at the moment. It's just intense. It's crazy, chaotic, and just intense. Check it out if you haven't already. Next up, all-female thrash in the shape of Nervosa with Victim of Yourself. Really happy to own this. I do need to pick up more from these guys. Excellent stuff. Next up, the new Obscura with Diluvium. Wow, outstanding. They keep on outdoing themselves, and this album is outstanding. Don't know if I prefer it to Acrosis, but it is very fucking good. I think I prefer it to Omnivium, but I don't prefer it to Cosmogenesis and Acrosis. I think that's how I feel about it. I don't know. Next up, the new the last Operation Couldn't Destroy EP, which is self-titled. Pretty sure. Yeah, they split up and they were selling this for like $1.99, and I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna get it. And to be honest, it's meh compared to their debut, but I might give it another listen. It might be a change in opinion. We'll see what happens. Next up, I said I got this with the shirts, but this is Oracles with Misery Chord. I spoke about this in Super Metal Recommendations. It is excellent melodic death metal. One of my favourite albums in the genre, so check it out if you haven't already. Gonna have a quick drink. Next up, we've got Paradise Lost with Medusa. Yeah, the latest album, and I cannot wait for a new one in a Digibook edition. Yeah, love this album, and I caught a little bit of them at Damnation, and they were outstanding, so. Next up, I've done a review of this one, check it out, but this is the new Partway Drive with Reverence, which, as you can see, I got the signed version on Amazon, which was the same price as it will be in the shops. I believe HMV had the gold foil Emblem edition, and Amazon had a signed version, and I can't remember what any of the others were off the top of my head. But yeah, I've reviewed this album, and quite frankly, I know people shit on Partway Drive nowadays because they're not the metalcore band what they used to be, but this is a Partway Drive now, and I absolutely love them. I absolutely love this. In particular, at this very moment, I keep on listening to the song Wishing Wells. Adore it. It's such a good song. But it's just groovy. It's just catchy, you know. Anyway. Next up, we have Polaris with The Mortal Coil. Yeah. I checked out these guys. I believe they were on tour with Partway Drive, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to check them out. And I was mighty blown away by this, and even my fiance really likes these now, so we're keeping our eye out, because we definitely want to see them live, released under Sharp Tone Records. Next up, the new Powerwolf, The Sacrament of Sin. I absolutely adore Powerwolf. Probably my favourite power metal band, and they are cheesy, they are epic and fun, and the songs are just so memorable, and this one is definitely one of those. Particular favourite is Where the Wild Wolves Have Gone. I think that's the very difference on the ballady kind of one, so yeah, make sure you check out that album, amazing. Next up, the last Revocation album, the what's it called, Great Is Our Sin. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the new one, because this one was amazing, and I don't doubt in any way, shape or form that the new album's going to be a disappointment. This is the one, next one is the one that I've already showcased in a unpackaging video, but fuck it, might as well show it again. This is Rivers of Nile with Where Owls Know My Name. Yeah, my camera's not going to focus, I don't think, but yeah. This, oh, there we go. This album is just amazing. It's more progressive than the last release, but it's still still death metal, but it's just a bit more progressive, and the saxophone elements, fuck me, such a good album, amazing stuff. Make sure you check out Rivers of Nile's album, Where Owls Know My Name. Next up, when CJ announced he was joining Lorna Shore, I realised I didn't have Signs of the Swarm's new album, The Disfigurement of Existence. This album, this is one of the best deathcore albums in history, if you ask me. And I was part of a poll on Absolute Filth Promotions on Facebook. I'll leave a link down below as to what was the greatest deathcore album. And I think it was slightly because Signs of the Swarm keep on sharing when they were part of the competition. But this and the final, it was this or the Somatic Defilement. And I think personally, if the Somatic Defilement, if Wyattxhim shared that, Wyattxhim would have won it. But because Signs of the Swarm shared it, I think that's because why they won. I'm not doubting that any minute, because I said this is an amazing, amazing album. But yeah, the greatest deathcore album, I wouldn't say so personally, but it is amazing. It's relentless as hell. Love it. Next up, New Skeletal Remains, Devouring Mortality. Loads of people have been talking about this, and quite rightly so. It is a masterpiece. Incredible, incredible stuff. Heavy as shit. Next up, the new Skeleton Witch with Devouring Radiant Light. Bit of a different vibe on this album compared to Breathing the Fire, Forever Abomination, and I can't remember the name of the reddish one. But the new vocalist is amazing, and this new album definitely has a bit more of a melodic side of it rather than a blackened side of it. It's a bit more atmospheric, I'd say. Great stuff. Next up, this is a complete blind buy, and I still haven't got around to listen to it, but this is, what's this? Soft Side? Sororicide? Soft Side? Oh, whatever. Petition of the Sublime. Yeah, I remember seeing this on, what's his name? Some YouTuber's channel. They bought it as a blind buy, and it turned out to be really good. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to chance it, especially on that artwork, and it was quite cheap. So yeah, I will check it out when I get a chance. I've got a lot to check out, I know. Underrated death metal, so may appear on a super metal recommendation, but this is Suffrage with Everlasting Enmity. Yeah, love this album when I first heard it, and I still love it. I came across it again on YouTube not too long ago, and I was like, I've never picked up that album, so yeah, finally got it. I think I got it through eBay if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, next up we have Suffocate with No Mercy, No Forgiveness. MySpace kind of deathcore sort of stuff, but this is, oh, such a good album. I mean, Ricky Hoover on this album is just unbelievable. Make sure you check that one. Not the Fallen. Come on, guys. Anyway, next up we have Temple with Structure in Chaos. Yeah, really happy to own this album. Been after it for quite a while. And this next album I was going to review, but I don't know if I'll get around to it, but we'll see what happens. But this is the new Temple album, Design in Creation, which, if it wasn't for Infidelamsterdam posting that, saying he got his CD copy, I would never have knew about this new album. It wasn't on Metal Encyclopedia at the time. I don't know if it is now, but I was just like, what? They've got a new album. So I immediately ordered it the next payday, and in my opinion, this is way better than Structure in Chaos. Like, Structure in Chaos is amazing, but this is just amazing if you ask me. So make sure you check it out. And I also got a logo patch, which my camera's kind of going out of focus. There we go. Yeah, so got those two. Yeah, as you can see, I was trying to get the camera in focus, but oh well. Next up, got a couple of Testament albums. I got the reissue of The Gathering, which this album is just heavy, groovy sort of stuff. I could say, if you're a fan of the later Anthrax sort of stuff, you'll definitely enjoy this album. In my opinion, these guys should be a hell of a lot bigger than what they are. They are so goddamn good. One of my favourite thrash bands, definitely. And we also got Dark Roots of Earth, the deluxe edition. I wanted this specific version because it has a, not only does it have a DVD, but it has a cover of Iron Maiden, I believe, and a cover of Queen, I believe. I think it's Queen, I could be wrong on that, but yeah. I'm absolutely in love with Testament at the moment. I just need to explore a little bit more in their discography because I'm really enjoying what I'm hearing. Next up, I got the new Thy Art Is Murder, Dear Desolation, which came out last year. I wasn't a massive fan of it. Sorry, CJ, but, you know, this album, it's really good. It's still growing on us a little bit, but I don't think it's nowhere near as good as Holy War or Hate. But, yeah, it's solid. Definitely solid. Anyway, next up we have Triumvir Foul, Spiritual Bloodshed. Yeah, I'd seen this album going around quite a while, and I decided to check it out, and it is nasty, nasty death metal. I mean, that logo pretty much says it all. It's just filthy. Yeah, but make sure you check this out. If you're into filthy death metal, check this out. Next up, Oh, God, my stomach's hungry. Anyway, next up, as you know, got the tattoo. But twitching tongues, in love, there is no law. Yeah. If you're into sludgy, crowbar sort of stuff, with a bit of a hardcore Mastodon kind of influence, then definitely check out this album. This is just, oh God, such a good album. Such an underrated masterpiece, if you ask me. I sent it to the picture to the guys in Twitching Tongues, and they were really appreciative about us getting the tattoo. I mean, I absolutely love this album. Just, oh, what's the song? Deliver Us to Evil. And, oh, what's the song? World War V. Unbelievable. Or World War V, whichever you want to call it. Anyway, moving on. Enough about tattoos, because we'll come to that in another video one day. Because, as I said, I've got more planned for the future. Next up, we have Underoath with Erase Me. A band I've never really exposed myself to all that much. And I wish I had, but... I wish I had exposed myself to them more. But, yeah, I decided to give this album a shot, because I did like the artwork, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot. Really, really enjoyed this album. I much prefer it to another one of their albums that I checked out. I can't remember what it was called, but yeah, make sure you check out the new Underoath. It's pretty sick. Next up, definitely something I didn't expect to get into my collection, but this is Visigoth with Conqueror's Oath. Yeah, I'm not massively into the whole heavy metal, power metal, sort of, you know, style, the old school stuff. But this album, something screamed out that I should check it out. It was probably because they were coming to Newcastle at the time, and it sold out like that, and I was like, why is there such a hype about it? Why? I don't understand. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to check it out and see what the hype is about. And my God, this album blew me away. Like, I'm not going to lie, I'm not into the old style, but this album just blew me away. It's so, so good. So if you're into old school stuff, definitely give Visigoth, Conqueror's Oath a shot. It's such an enjoyable release. So enjoyable. I'm just really sad that I never got to see them when they came, but it's sold out, so what can you do? Anyway, next up we have an old Vital Remains with Let Us Pray. Obviously, everyone knows this album. It's a classic, and I finally got it in my collection. I'm really happy to do so. And the final album we're going to be talking about is Dusty. Excuse me. Anyway, as you know, I got the flag, and here it is now, the album Within Destruction with Death Wish. Yeah, and the guys, as usual, being the amazing dudes that they are, and the fake slammers that they are, you know, fuck Within Destruction, fake slam motherfuckers. Anyway, the guys kindly signed it. I know my camera's not going to focus because it's a bit of a dick. But yeah, they signed it for us. I'm over the moon that they signed it for us. Oh, there we are. Yeah. Love that artwork. But, oh my God, I absolutely love this album. It's more of an adaptation of their last album. It's less blast oriented and more about groove and slam. And, yeah, modern slam, you know. But yeah, if you haven't checked out this album and you're into deathcore, you want something pummelingly heavy, this is definitely for you. And I have to say though, new logo, exquisite. But yeah, and hammers. Anyway, so that is the piles of CDs. So yeah, we've got 3 piles there. You can see how tall they are, and you've got the other one at the back here. Yeah, that's all the CDs that I've been buying. My last updates and purchase, I believe, was start of April. So yeah, I've been buying quite a few shirts and stuff like that. So yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed this update and purchases, seeing what I've been buying, what's been happening with us. Like as I said before, I'm not going to pressurize myself to do videos. I've took the scheduling that I had on my phone, everything like that. I just want to do videos when I want, and then maybe if I start to feel it again, maybe I'll start doing more and more videos. We'll see what happens in the upcoming future. But yeah, hope you've enjoyed this updates and purchases. I am working on new videos, but I'm not going to pressurize myself anymore. So yeah, I'll see you until the next video. And remember, stay metal, and I'll see you later.